like my energy. She gon' see on the one that she need. Now she don't wanna.
Hey y'all, it's Chantel and thank you so much for tuning into this video. So I have gotten a lot of questions about the topic that I will be covering today. A lot of people ask me what trading platforms do I use and what brokers do I use. So today I will just be going over the tools that I use to trade on a day-to-day basis and pretty much describing how you would use them and different functions within the app or the website that I use. So this video should be very quick and straight to the point. If you guys have any questions, please leave them in the comment section below, but I will do my best to try and explain things as best as possible. It's not going to be in any particular order. I'm just going to be like going back and forth between the apps and basically showing you guys how I use them. So let's get started. Alright, so I will be starting off with TradingView, which is a website, and this is where you can look at the live market, okay, and place your markups. Also, if you guys want a little bit more detail, or if you're kind of pretty new to trading, please check out my Forex for Dummies video. I do go over things a little bit more in detail, and I also mention a few more tools, okay? So if you guys have more questions, please check out that video. So I am on TradingView. You can use TradingView on your phone, on an iPad, which is what I'm using today, or a desktop. I do recommend, like, when you are really doing your markups, to use either like an iPad, laptop, or desktop, just because the screen is bigger and you can see like the functions of TradingView better. But you can also mark up on your phone. Sometimes I find myself doing that too, so it really doesn't matter. I will also mention that when you go to TradingView, your candlesticks, which is what you see on the charts, these are called candlesticks. Yours will most likely be in color. Generally, I believe it's like blue and red. So blue means that that was a bullish candle, meaning that mostly the people who were placing trades were placing buys, okay, make that correlation. Or if it's red, that means it was a bearish candle, meaning it was mostly sellers, okay? But mine are just black, and that is just my preference. I did start out using like the two colors, so it's just your preference, whatever works for you. I do recommend going ahead and making an account so that you can like save your favorite pairs, and you can make like a favorites bar, which is this up here. So tools that you use commonly will be right within grasp, okay? Also, I would suggest making like the premium account, which is like $15 a month. And the reason for that is it allows you to set more alerts on your chart. So say if you have a few pairs, you can like set multiple alerts. If you just use the free version, I think it gives you, I would say, between 2 to 4, which is enough to start off with, honestly, because you don't want to have a lot of pairs anyway, just maybe 2 or 3 pairs that you really like. But as you advance, I would recommend getting that just so that you can set multiple alerts. And if you don't know like what an alert is, it's like, okay, you won't be watching the charts all the time, because for one, that's not good, and two, like if you work, you may not have time to do that. So what you'll do is you'll have your markup and you will set an alert like, okay, hey, if price reaches this point, send me an alert. So then I will open my phone or open my laptop and see what price is doing. So I am just going to kind of explain certain functions of TradingView. So how do you know which pair you're on? So it will say it right here. So a nickname for this is UC, USD CAD, the dollar versus the Canadian dollar. How do you know which time frame you're on? So this is your little time frame bar. Right now I am on the 1 hour, so each of these candles was made over 1 hour. If you want to go to the 4 hour, then each of these candles was made over 4 hours. And typically, if you're an intraday trader, you will be staying between like 4 hour, 1 hour, 2 hour maybe, and maybe like 30 minutes. If you're a scalper, you will be doing like 5 minutes, 15 minutes, 30 minutes. If you are a swing trader, you will be looking at probably like the 4 hour, the daily, and like the weekly, okay? The higher the time frame, the stronger the pattern, okay? So if the pattern breaks on the 4 hour, that's a really strong sign, rather than if you're looking at it on the 30-minute, which that can be like a sniper entry, but still a break on the 4 hour has more substance than, a break on the 30-minute or 15-minute, okay? So what else do we have? So let's go over how to search your pairs. Really, you can just type it in like on the screen, like just start typing and it will pop up. Or if you want to add them to your watch list, which is like these are your favorite pairs, you would click on the little menu and click the plus sign and type in whatever pair you want. This is one of my favorite pairs here as well, AU, Australian dollar versus the US dollar. All of my pairs are the Oanda ones. You see how there's like these different little whatever these are called, I don't know. But I just use the Oanda one. I don't know, when I first started trading, my boyfriend told me to use that one, and that's just the one that I use. I also use the Oanda app, so it kind of correlates. But anyway, I digress. So you can type in whatever pair, anything you could think of is probably on here, okay? So you can search up the peso, you can search up the yen, you can search up any pair that you can think of. There are some that are more common, and there are some that are less common, and some that are kind of like exotic, okay? So some of your common ones will be like GU or AU. Let me pull up my phone and get the rest of the list. But yeah, some of those are your major currency pairs, okay? But you can trade whatever you want to trade. Like the euro, like EU, yeah, those are all major pairs. So once you find the ones you want, just click the plus sign and they will just pop up here, so you can easily switch between the ones that are your favorite, okay? So let's move on to how do you mark up your chart? What tools do you use? So this is like my toolbar over here as well. So you just click on all of these and it has, a lot of different things that you could do. But these are my favorite ones here. So let's say I see so now this would probably be a support level, but before it was resistance. So let's say I want to mark that up. I will go up here and use this little bar tool. Let's see what it's actually called. If I could, the horizontal line, okay? That's what it's called. And that will just make a line like all the way across the chart. If you just want to make like a little ray halfway, you can do that, all right? And you click on it to delete it. Let's say you have a trend line, meaning price is following this trend either upwards or this trend downwards. So you want to mark up that trend line. So you would start there and in there. All right. So we have that. A lot of people like to, instead of just using like the horizontal line or the horizontal ray, they like to use like a little rectangular box because it kind of captures more more of price action so that you don't kind of get faked out. Because even though, okay, let's say price wicks up here, there, it could, you know, come down and play within this area, if that kind of makes sense. So it just, I feel like, I don't know, it's just a different strategy, whatever fits you. You can use these to kind of mark areas on a chart. You know, you can use these. Some people use it to like mark like double bottoms or double tops or whatever. And let's say you want to calculate like how many pips a move will be. You click on that little arrow there, which is called like, let me see, what is it called? Price range. So that tells you that from here to here, that was 153 pips. All right. So let's say you, excuse me, let's say that you've done your markup, you know what you're looking for, and you think it's going to be a buy. So you want to mark it up for a buy. So this tool with the kind of dotted line pointing upwards is your long range. Long means buy, short means sell. So we would click on that, and you would, or I personally would wait for price to break above there, which that was a news candle, so that pretty much would have been impossible to get in unless you're really paying attention, because this kind of like tweezer bottom here was kind of like a reversal signal. But anyway, we're not going over that right now. So you want to bring up your stop, so to wherever price you want, you know, price to stop, or you want your stop loss to be, meaning if price goes in the opposite direction of what I want to be taken out at this area. And you would drag it up to wherever you wanted. So let's say before all of this price or this action was made, I honestly probably would have aimed for 1.30, which is a 2.1, which isn't too bad. Some people do go to a 1 to 2, which is good. You should never go for a 1 to 1, meaning the amount that you are risking is the same amount that you would win, okay? So a 1 to 2 is pretty good, because that means that you could lose 2 trades, but all it would take is like 1 to get you back to where you want to be. I personally, like, I'm okay. I may take a 1 to 2. Personally, I at least like a 1 to 2.34, at least a 1 to 2.5, you know, so the higher the ratio, the better. So, and how you know that is, it says risk to reward ratio right here at the bottom where it says stop, and that amount that says 40.4, that's how many pips your stop loss is. So that means that price can go down 40 pips in the other direction from my entry point before I will be taken out of the trade. Your target is 104 pips. So that, you know, self-explanatory. All right, let's mark up a sell. Or I'm home by myself. I just heard something, but it's the middle of the day, so I'm not too scared. But anyway, let's mark up a sell. So here is a sell right here. Perfect, perfect, perfect. This would have been a support level right here that it broke through. So you would have your little level right here. And you are saying to yourself, okay, once, or you would have it really like, let's see, let me put a rate. You would really have it like right here to be more, you know, kind of specific. So you are saying to yourself, once price gives me a candle closure below this area, I want to get in. So that is your sell. Like I said, it's going in the opposite direction, so I would most likely have it there. And then I'm gonna drag this down, would have it like like that. And let's go to like right there. That's pretty reasonable. Price likes to go to like psych levels, which psych levels are like these round, like even round numbers. Price likes to stop there, like how it stopped at 1.32, or this is 1.295. But anyway, so, and then let me show you how to set your alerts. So the little cursor here, you kind of bring it to where you want to be alerted, and I would put it like right there. Click add alert, and boom. But anyway, we want to change the alert setting from one time to every time, because most likely when this happens, price is not just going to hit your alert and continue going. It's probably going to play around a little bit, and then, you know, so you want to be alerted every time. So you would click on it, right click, press edit, and then every time, and save. And now it will alert you every time that price goes to that area. If you like start zooming in too much on your chart and it starts to look a little funky, you can reset your chart with this arrow, or I believe, yeah, you can also right click and reset chart, and it will kind of reset it to where price is at now. So I hope that helped you guys. Now let's move on to how does this translate to the broker, which is the money part of this. So now I am moving to my phone. And I am going to screen record these apps for you guys. So I'm going to start off with Oanda, which is, if you guys remember me mentioning that when I was looking at my currency pairs, and I was like, I always choose the Oanda one. So to make an account, you can make, Oanda is a trading platform and a broker. So you can also look at the charts and stuff, and you can also like place your money with them to place trades, okay? So to make an account, you can go to oanda.com, and you can either make a demo account or a live account. A live account means that you are putting your money into the account, and if you lose a trade, you really lose that money. Or if you win a trade, you really win that money. I recommend starting with the demo account. It will be $100,000. You should still use risk management with that. I will go over that very briefly in this video. So let's get started. This is my Oanda app. It is called FX Trade. So this is my new demo account that I made to show you guys, starting off with the $100,000. So when you have any trades going on, they will populate here. If you want to look at price and see what it's doing and also how to place your trade, you go to rates. So this is favorites, and it has all of my favorites on there. So how you would add yours, you would go to rates, you see where it says favorite, press the little pencil, click on the magnifying glass, search glass, whatever. Type in your pair that you want to add. Let's just do GU, press the green thing, check, and now it is also a part of your favorites. Now, how do you place a trade? So right now the market is closed. That's why it looks like this. It will open today at 5 p.m., which today is Sunday. But how you place a trade? So you can place a trade from pressing sell or buy. However, I don't like to do that, and this is why, because it looks crazy. I don't know. How I like to do it is by doing it like down here. So let's just do USD, and let's say my markup was at pretty much like where it's at now, and I want to place a sell. I would press the sell, and you would put in how much you want to risk. So let's say I only want to risk 100,000. I only want to risk 1% of my account, so I would go here times 1%. So I only want to risk $1,000. So I would just whatever. So let's say my stop loss will be here. So whatever amount equals that or less is how much I would place my trade for. So let's just start with, I guess, like 20,000 units. So that is 1 pip equals $15. You see that up on the top of your screen. And my stop loss is 38.6 pips. Let's say I would probably get in like realistically right up here. So that brings my stop loss to 27 pips, which equals $400, which we are well below our risk management, okay, which is good. You don't have to go all the way to 1,000, but if you want, you know, at least you know you're only risking 1% of your account. And let's just say I would put my TP like for right here, which this, okay, let's say, all right, let's say I would put my TP right there, which as you can see, that is probably like a 1 to 2.45, something like that, which is pretty decent. So that your TP is 65 pips away, and you would make $990. All right, so then you would want to press submit, okay? And every time you place a trade, please place a stop loss, okay? Even if you don't place a TP, place a stop loss. I'm telling you, okay? But anyway, so yeah. And you would just do the same thing for buy. It would be in the opposite direction. So your TP would be up, stop loss would be bottom, okay? So after you have closed the trade, it will show up in your activities bar here, so you can like go back and review your trades that you took. All right, moving on to MetaTrader. So MetaTrader is not a broker, it is just a trading platform, but it can be connected with a broker. One of those brokers is Oanda. So if you wanted to, you know, connect those two, you can do that. I don't know how to do that, so please don't ask me. But anyway, MetaTrader is often used by funding companies. So like if you do the FTMO challenge, EA challenge, Top Tier, I believe Top Tier uses MetaTrader, but I know for a fact the first two use MetaTrader, then you know you'll want to get familiarized with this. I never used MetaTrader before doing funding challenges. I was always just using Oanda because it also gives you the demo and the live account, okay? So you can also do a demo account on MetaTrader, which is what I am on now. And as you can see, go to trade, and if you have any open trades, they will pop up here. It shows your balance. So my balance is $100,000, and same thing that I did with Oanda as far as risk management, you want to do that here. I personally like to risk 0.5 to 1% because I feel like the 0.5 kind of gives me room for error. Like let's just say, you know, I'm having like a bad week and I don't follow my trading plan, and you know that kind of saves you because you are only risking 0.5% anyway. Max should be 2.5%, okay? So once you close a trade, they will show up in your history. You can go from day, week, month, or customize. So this is where your currency pairs are. I'm going to customize this to the pairs that I like to use. So again, you go to the pencil. I don't use any of these, or these are not any of my favorite pairs. So I am going to delete them. And I am going to add AJ, which is the Australian dollar versus the yen. Press the green, and now it is there. So these are just my favorite pairs. The market is closed, or else these numbers would be flashing back and forth. So if you want to place a trade, you would, or how I do it, I click on it, and trade, you would click on trade. And so with MetaTrader, it's not in units and it's in lot sizes. So a standard lot, which is 1.0, is probably something that you're not gonna start off with, and unless you have like $100,000, because that would equal like probably about, I don't know for sure, it depends on the pair, but at least like $10 to $15, which that's not a lot. But like for instance, on when I showed you guys risk management on the $100,000 account, that was $15 a pip and that was $400. But let's say if you're trading with $2,000, you know, and you lose that, you're already down to $1,600, and that's on one trade. So that's why I say a lot of people won't start with a standard lot. You might start with, you know, 0.4 or something like that. So yeah, you would do that, and then you have to type in, instead of like with Oanda how you just like place the stop loss, you have to actually type in like the number. So you could either look at it on the app, or you could go to TradingView and, you know, hover and see, okay, this is where I want my stop loss. Let me go to the right and look at the number and type that in. Same with take profit. And then you would either press sell or buy. So yeah, that is pretty much how you utilize those trading tools. I hope this video was very helpful for you guys. If you have questions, like I said, please leave them down below and I will try my very best to answer them. If you guys have any other ideas for trading videos that you want to see from me, also please leave those suggestions down below. Well, I will see you guys next time. Thank you so much for tuning in.